It's better. Yeah.
First of all, thank you so much, ma'am, for having me this great opportunity to introduce myself. As you know that my name is Sibutu. I'm from Bihar, and if I talk about my qualification, so I have pursued 10 standard, and at this stage just I'm a worker, and I'm getting a lot of leisure time. In this leisure time, just I'm trying to build my confidence in this language.
So you mentioned that you are doing class 10th.
No, no, I have completed 10 standard.
Okay. And after that, are you in mood to continue or you have stopped your studies?
Yeah, maybe I have stopped, but yeah, I'm going to enroll this year.
Yes. Yeah, you must continue because education is very important. Yes, for doing anything. I can understand that maybe due to certain reason you have started working. It's fine. But yes, whenever you get opportunity or you feel that it's good time for me, you must continue with your higher education. Yes?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So you must be willing to know about me, or you know about me, then I must leave it. Do you know about me?
No, I have known you because these days I'm consuming a lot of video of yours. Because now you are before me, so I want you to introduce yourself.
Okay. So I am Manju Mishra connecting to you from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. You mentioned Bihar and I'm from Uttar Pradesh, so we are somewhere very close. Yes, boundaries are the same, we can say. Yes, and I have completed my master's and I also did my B.Ed. And after that, I have been teaching since 1990. So you can say from that time, I am a teacher and I'm still teaching. But yes, nowadays I'm only and only teaching online and offline. So I'm freelancing. Formally, I'm not working in any of the institute. I have taken retirement. So that's all about me.
So you didn't mention it over there. You are a teacher, but which subject do you teach, ma'am? I think I must say that you you are English teacher, maybe.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. English is my core of interest. But yes, you can say when I was in school, any subject given till class 7th, I used to teach the students any of the subjects. But yes, of course, only art subject were being given because I am not a science graduate or science master student. Okay. So that's the reason. Any subject like history, geography, so I used to teach those subjects also, but yes, my main subject was always English.
Okay. So here, because I had some doubts, and now I'm not going to ask you. Just we will talk, and between if I do anywhere mistakes, so just try to give me feedback.
Sure, 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 sure. Okay, so if you have to ask any question, please go ahead.
Okay. So, ma'am, these days I'm able to speak, but sometimes what is happening with me, which one I read properly and I have good command about that, but sometimes I'm unable to express, unable to add what I read it. Yeah, it's happening with me. So how can I build it?
Yes, that happens because we are not native speakers of English. English is the second language for us. We Indians, Hindi is always our first preference, and that is our mother tongue. So we are more comfortable in Hindi. Yes, but when you read something and you want to deliver the same thing, you need to repeat it. While reading, once you read it aloud first and foremost, so that it fixes somewhere in your mind. And try to repeat those structures, those sentences once, twice, thrice ever since you feel that it is set in my mind, it is fixed in my mind. So that repetition is important because at times it happens that whatever we read, maybe 10 points if you read, one or two points remain in head and the rest of the things all out. Yes. So that is very important. In order to keep them in your mind, you repeat those sentences and while speaking, try to incorporate those sentences. Okay, somehow try to use those words, those vocabulary, and then Memorize them. And one more thing you can do, use those words in your own sentence structure. So that's how that particular word will be more fixed in your mind.
Okay. So yeah, I did it, ma'am, because morning time I read it one book over that I got it a story. But after that, I connected to some person that time I was trying to incorporate some of the vocabularies. But at that time, I don't know what happened with me. I didn't recognize. I was unable to engage in that conversation. Yeah.
So, for that, if you feel that at times this happens, you need to keep a note with you. When you are joining any of the session, you know that whom are you going to connect to, and that person probably would be able to answer your questions. So maybe somewhere you keep a note down certain things, because everything every time doesn't remain in our mind. We are occupied with so many things. At times we are having some household problems, somewhere physical problems, somewhere social responsibilities. So many a times it happens that we do not get this right word or right sentence structure, what exactly we want to ask. So for that, you need to keep a note. Just write down certain points that I'm going to connect to Ma'am Manju. So probably I'll ask these many questions, or this particular word I'm going to ask, or so certain things. You just make a note before connecting to somebody, and then you try to do that. Or before connecting, you write those words and try to speak those words or use those words in your sentence alone, even standing in front of the mirror, you use them in your own sentences. Probably then you will think, now I'm confident enough and I can ask these things. Yes.
Okay, definitely I will do that. And
Yes.
I have one more question, ma'am.
Yes.
Uh, Years back, since that day, what is happening with me? Earlier, I used to speak very well. I mean, at that time, I had a lot of confidence as well. I was speaking very well, but for 3 days, what is happening with me? I am feeling that I am feeling that I am, underconfident. I am feeling, and
Why?
whenever
Why
I,
are you feeling yourself underconfident? What makes you feel that?
I don't know, ma'am. But these days, what is happening with me? Whenever just I try to express much more at that time, suddenly my mind goes blank.
Okay. Nobody can be a better judge than you to understand why is this happening. This happens with me when, if I'm talking to you and in back of my mind something is going on, like I have a call in 10 minutes, maybe the person is messaging me, every time pop-up is coming. So at times it happens that yes, my mind is diverted towards the other direction. Otherwise otherwise whatever I feel like I have to ask you any question, then I certainly can ask. So that you can decide that what is happening, you can think of why only for 3 days you are saying that this is happening. So certainly some problem during these 3 days. You must make out what is the problem. Maybe you are thinking that I must speak even better. So in order to become better, you are not focusing even whatever you have to ask. That can happen. That can be one of the reasons. Every time we certainly think that this session I'm going to make it better, but it happens the same every time because the people are same. Manju ma'am will remain Manju ma'am. So her questions, her way of asking will more or less remain same. And it's nothing wrong to be natural. If you are naturally putting up something, asking certain question, framing your sentences, whatever way you can make, that's always good. So never think that I need to articulate better. Yes, of course, you can work upon it, but never underestimate yourself because your accent is different, or maybe I don't find that you are from Bihar. Yes, your accent is quite good because many of people I had conversation with, and their accent somewhere the regional effect comes. This happens with Bengalis or Punjabis or Biharis or anybody. The regional effect is there. But when you speak English, I don't find that any language is influencing your English. So you are a good speaker. As you mentioned, you are simply 10th pass, and
Yes.
then you are trying this language to have a command over, so certainly you will make it. And can I ask you one question now? Why do you think that this language should be known by you, or you want to improve this language? Why are you working upon this language? Is there any specific reason, or you simply have love for this language?
No, actually, yeah, behind that many story are there, but few stories I would like to tell you. But some of the stories I do not want to explore on video basis. So,
Okay.
ma'am, very first time, as I told you, I'm a working person. So I had been to Kerala that time, and I faced language barrier. So that things made me to learn this language, and because that time I didn't get some help from others, but they were able to help me. But due to language, I was not helped. So, and these days, whenever just working purpose, I visit any market or city. So that time, this language is required. Whenever just we connect to some person. So at that time, and my in my work, communication is too much important. So it means I thought that somehow I will have to learn this language. Yeah, that's how just I'm trying to build my confidence. You can say that.
And I do agree to it that if you are in any of the cities of South India, then you have to have command over this language, because their people either they know their native language, or they try to speak English. They don't understand Hindi. Most of them. I'm talking about majority of the people. So yes, if you have to work in South India in any of the city, you need to have good command over this language. I do understand this. And even though these days you work in any of the field, any corner of India or any corner of the world, this language has become universal language, you can say. So you have to have command over this language, and you are certainly speaking very well. I can't say that you are underconfident or you are not able to speak. Whatever you are trying to convey, you are certainly able to convey that. So you are improving, I feel so. Of course, I haven't watched your previous videos, that how you started your journey in the beginning, how fluent you were, and what is the difference if you are conversing to me today. So that part is to be seen, but yes, you are able to convey each and everything what you feel like. So there's no problem, I feel. But yes, of course, if you are working, it's always good, because language learning is lifelong process. You never can say that I am master of English or I am master of Hindi. No language. Yes, even some people say that I speak Bhojpuri, so that Bhojpuri also is great language. You can't say that I'm a master of Bhojpuri. Yes.
Yeah.
What all things you are doing in order to enhance your this skill? One, you said you are reading, and the other, I can see that you are connecting to different people. So that's the best way. Once you speak one to one, so certainly you get different circumstances, different situations, and you need to speak over those topics. So you are working in this way. What other ways you are working upon?
Yeah, these days, as I told you, video essays I do practice, and apart from that, just I have purchased some of the books because I was told earlier I had a session with Santa ma'am. So on that session, I was told that you don't have too much grammar, sorry, vocabularies. Just try to work on that. So since that day, just I started to read. I'm reading. I have been reading book, and apart from that, just I try to talk myself. I'm trying to practice myself. Yeah, and
Yes.
suppose that my
Yes.
schedule is this, at that time just I take one vocabularies, and while working time, during work that time, just I'm trying to make some sentences. Yeah, and yeah.
Yes, even you can just simply decide it that every day, no matter how busy I am, I'm going to add five new words in my vocabulary. Yes, so simply just write five words, maybe by reading newspaper, by reading any book. Write those five words, make sentences. One sentence you can make it very easily. Maybe second sentence you find it bit difficult. So try to make using one word you make four to five sentences. Yes, and that's how every day, if you prepare five words, probably in a few months, you will have a good vocabulary. So, whatever feeling, whatever thoughts you want to deliver, probably you will be able to do that. Yes,
So, ma'am,
yes, please.
and another question is that, ma'am, I mean, here I'm able to talk, but sometime what is happening me if somebody tell me that just try to speak about any topic, so that time I'm facing a lot of difficulties. I mean, lack of grammar, sorry, lack of vocabulary.
Video gets frozen at times. Your video is not clear. Somewhere data issue. I could not
Yes,
hear.
yes,
I just could hear a bit of it. I could not get your complete sentence. Can you repeat your
yeah,
sentence? Yeah.
yeah. I lost my data.
Okay, you lost your data. Okay, okay. So just leave the session here if you lost your data. We can connect some other day and we can discuss some more points if you want to.